again. I did the ADHD chair and I broke the internet. Guys, welcome back to Fashion Attack. It's been ages since I did a long episode, but we are back and the episodes are gonna be back. Let's get started. I have recently posted this video on TikTok and Instagram and it got millions and millions of views, but it's time to give you the full tutorial so that you can make it at home. To make this freaking chair, it was incredibly complicated because there is absolutely no information online. It is the Phantom chair from Vitra and I called it ADHD because it helped me so much to focus, the fact that I can change position continuously. And what I did to figure out the measurements is crazy. I literally had to get one of my papers, put it on top of the screen with the light as strong as possible, and then trace it. Once I took it off, I had a chair that was like 5 centimeters high, and then I had to multiply to the height that I knew the chair had. And after infinite amount of calculations, I came out with a sketch that would help me to transfer it on the piece of wood. Yes, this is my sketches. We now know that the chair is long 1 meter and 4 centimeters and tall 93, and what I did was basically play that game where you have all the spots, you know, as a child, and you're connecting the lines. Yes, that's what I did on the piece of wood because I knew all the transversals measurements and I had to now put them together. Once I did that, I don't know, I think it was magic. The chair was in front of me, or basically this shape. This is so freaking cool! Do not worry, you do not have to do all this weird calculations. This is just for me to show that you can do any tutorial without any material at any time, and just to prove myself that you can do it. But obviously on my Patreon you have all the files downloadable. All the plans, you can download them.
Okay.
I took out my jigsaw, cut it all out. Once you have this little beauty done, it's time to place it on top of another piece of wood and simply trace it. This time, it's gonna be different. You're gonna have to trace it, but this time we're gonna cut not on the outside of our marker, on the inside of our marker, because otherwise the second one is gonna be bigger. And then for the second piece, I just laid it on top and then traced even that one, cut it out, and I had to. At this point, I took out very long sticks of 2x4 and then cut them at the right length to make the width in between the two frames that I had built. I will cut them all at the same length and then I will use them to be the spacers in between one another. I will literally place it on top of my frame and make a hole with the drill inside the frame and then use it as a spacer so to know how much space between one piece of wood and the other one. I repeated this all around the frame, both on the top and the bottom frame, and then I could literally connect them. No, no, no. You do not want to put the screw directly inside the wood because the 2x4 is gonna explode. Boom! Once you connect all the pieces together, you are literally gonna see the chair appear in front of you and the shape is already perfect as it is. If you want, you can already use it, you can sit on it, and it's great. But I did want to cover all the 2x4s because I wanted it to be a smooth shape. So I went and bought this wood that was incredibly expensive because they told me that it was bendy enough and that I could follow the curves, but obviously that was not the case. I tried to bend it inside the curves and it was not working, it was popping, so I decided that I would use the technique that I used already many times to make a lot of little cuts inside the wood in order to make it bend more, but that also was not working. It kept breaking because the curves are too sharp. So I thought, it's over. I cannot do the chair anymore. A revelation. Why not make it out of plastic? So I went to the store and bought tons of plexiglass. So I now had to calculate how much plexiglass I wanted to buy and what is the length. And the hack that I used to calculate this is literally get a thread and pass it all around the frame of the chair so that then after I could put it long and calculate how long the thread is. Miraculously, the measurements are pretty accurate. It came out, I think I fucked it up of like 2-3 centimeters. I'm gonna give you the right ones, but mine overlapped a little bit, but it doesn't matter. I hit that, so let's go on. I bought 3 pieces of plexiglass because 2 are gonna be the outer frames that I'm literally just gonna attach on top of the wooden frames, and then this super long piece that I am gonna bend on the shape itself. This was so time consuming. It took me 1 day to make the chair and 3 days to bend all this plexiglass because wow, so many curves. And also I didn't really have the equipment, so I started to use like rolls of wallpaper to put it inside the little edges and clamps to hold it. And it's so hot here, so having a heat gun was making it even harder, but we did it. I bended it all over and the result was amazing. The only remaining issue is that in between the frame and the curvy part that I put inside, there was a little gap that was a little bit too sharp for my taste, so I decided I'm gonna fill this up. What I use to fill the gaps is not silicone. Don't use that. Here in Israel it's called plexiglass. I googled it. In the US it's polymer. That's what you need to use because on silicone you're not going to be able to paint, and we wanted that to become seamless. So you're going to use this on every single edge to fill up all the gaps. Even if while you did the curves they did not come perfect, you're not going to see it after. Let it dry for a good day, and then I came in the day after and painted it with the same exact color of the chair, and it became so smooth, so seamless. I was so impressed of the result. Like literally people that come to the office and see it think it was made like in a factory. This is so good. Anyway, let's go see the result. I love this chair. It is so functional. It changes position all the time. It can even host more people on the chair. It's like, my favorite piece. And actually, it's very comfortable. I just keep getting comments saying that I should have made it soft instead and make it with foam like I did the couch. So I am working right now on the soft version of this chair. So stay tuned if you want to see it with foam.